Hey, I need Sam. Do you have a way of getting in touch with him to join? What do you mean? Oh, I got it. I got him now. I got him now.
Derek,
Hey, Sam, how are you?
how are you, buddy? The joys of modern technology.
We got it done though. Here we are.
We started without you. We um we thought we'd have a party somewhere else, but well, hello mate, how you doing? It's great to
I'm,
meet you.
I'm doing well. Great to meet you also. Thanks for allowing me to join. I appreciate
Yeah, no,
it.
we're super excited, and obviously, now we've got the party started. Well, we're here to talk about the great work you guys do, but also our Sassenach Select with ElTequileño.
Super excited about this. You did such a great job with the Sassenach, and a lot of celebrities are launching products these days, and you really got it right. I mean, that's an exceptional Scotch and award-winning, beautifully packaged. I know you poured your heart and soul into the juice, the package, all of
We
it.
did.
So I'm sure everybody who's tried it is excited about your latest venture here. So tell us a little bit about it.
That's yeah, that's right. Thank you for giving us this platform to have a quick chat about it. But yeah, basically, the whiskey is obviously a passion project. Being from Scotland, obviously, it's a natural fit, and it really was, I think, very different to any other brand or any other celebrity brand, certainly because we went out, we sourced, we financed, and we designed it ourselves. Really proud of our design, our logo. We've got the unicorn there, the unicorn from Scotland. You've got a bottle in the back. I've got a
Well,
bottle
this
here.
is as a testament to how good it
Oh,
is. Not all of my celebrity bottles are this empty.
wow. I think we better send you another bottle, but I'm glad to see that. That's fantastic. But we're really happy with it, and we're really proud. And obviously, it's done extremely well and won multiple awards. But we were off. Went to see some friends in Jalisco in Mexico, and we were celebrating. It was actually our launch while we were there in Tequila Town, and we met just a fantastic group of people, and one in particular was Tony Sias. He's a third generation master distiller, and we just loved talking about good spirits, about the Mexican culture, about the Scottish culture, and he enjoyed our whiskey, and of course we loved his tequila. And I guess in a short sentence, that's how it was born. Just a love of great spirits, and we decided.
Have you always loved tequila, Sam? Have you always been a tequila drinker as well?
Well, Jared, it is so interesting because I honestly knew very little about it, and especially in the UK. Obviously here in America, it's huge. It's a really big industry, but in the UK, we still don't quite get it. It's still that stuff that you shoot and it hurts, and you have to like take lemon and
Or you have a bad memory from being a teenager or something, right?
right. Yeah, it's that terrible gold stuff that we don't want to talk about. But and then just learning about it, and going there and finding out it's actually can be very elegant, delicious. It's not a shooting spirit that you can, but it's very versatile, but also it can be so delicious. And I think I'm now such a fan, not only of tequila but of mezcal as well. Like I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, it's still happening in the U.S., that evolution a lot in the last, 5 years in particular, 10 years for sure, that it's evolved that way. It's always been 20, 30 years ago, it was a shot beverage. Then it became a cocktail friendly, spirit. And now it's, with the Reposados and the Añejos and the quality, it has very much become a sipping spirit on par with the high quality scotches and bourbons and so forth. So it really is an amazing journey. And you picked a winner because, a lot of people come to Reserve Bar for education and to learn more about spirits. And, many people don't know that on the bottles of tequila, there's something called a NOM, N-O-M, which is where it's actually distilled. And the distillery you chose is, consistently ranked as one of the top distillers of tequila in the world, and they don't actually distill for other brands. How did you convince them to do this?
I think it was probably a lot of whiskey and tequila drunk, but no, absolutely, you know, and I think that's really interesting, you know, that there are actually, you know, a small number of distilleries, but a large number of brands that they're distilling for. But ElTequileño are Mexico's best kept secret. They're the #1 Blanco in Mexico, but they've never made for anyone else. And we were just so delighted that we got the opportunity to work with them and create something really unique that hadn't been made before. You know, they'd never made a DoubleWood like this, and as you said, you know, this is the reason I kind of love this tequila is it is a sipping tequila. You know, I would probably drink it neat or possibly with a little ice or a little water to open it up, and actually it becomes a lot sweeter when you do that. But yeah, we're really lucky. We wanted to make something unique that hadn't been made before, and it really is. There's no additives, there's none of that junk that a lot of brands put in there, you know. There's no glycerin, no coloring. These guys that make it in copper pots, it's labor intensive, but I think the proof is in the juice.
It is. So you were down there, you saw them harvesting the agave and roasting it and the whole 9 yards. And as you mentioned, they haven't done this before, a DoubleWood.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
finished in French oak barrels. So you're full of surprises, Sam. People might have thought maybe you'd have the idea of finishing tequila, I don't know, in an ex-Scotch barrel.
Well,
you chose to finish it in French oak. Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, no, well, actually, you're right. No, that was initially an idea we had. We were like, would that work? You know, would it work putting it in a Scotch barrel, putting staves in? And there are a couple out there, but they're, you know, they just don't quite work. And then we had the opportunity. They had these pipons, these very large French oak barrels, and we wanted to try it. And it really is a very elegant. I always sort of think of champagne when I'm drinking this tequila. It's obviously been aged for 2 years in American oak, and then it's been just 4 months in the pipon. But it just such a large container. I think it's like, I think about 10,000 gallons. I think it can hold. Yeah. So it's a very large container. So it's going to age it very slowly, very slight. Just add a little elegance, a little lightness of the French oak to the finished tequila.
Yeah, that's interesting that you said it tastes a little like Chardonnay, or probably even because the white Burgundies age in that French oak, right? Like a Montrachet or something like that. So
yeah, and that's my sort of favorite kind of wines, you know, the sort of slightly oak, but like, oh, you're opening yours. I think we should open some, shouldn't we? We should have a little taste.
I don't see why not. This is actually supposed to be a tasting.
Right. So everyone that's joining us and you've got your bottles, please join us.
Yeah, and I think a lot more people would have liked to have these bottles. You know, as you might know, with the supply chain and so forth, and getting product into the country, this has been a little bit delayed.
Yeah,
and we're starting to ship it now, and we'll be shipping it. It'll roll out across the country as it gets there. And so, if you've ordered already, we appreciate your patience. You know, we've done everything we can to get it to you as quickly as possible. These are crazy times.
A huge thank you to Reserve Bar. You guys have stood by us and really helped us through, you know, quite a tricky situation. And obviously the global supply chain is pretty complicated right now. But we are, as you said, we're rolling out. So you'll get your hands on a bottle of this, dare I say, award-winning tequila.
Yeah, tell us about the awards while we're pouring. You've won again. You're a winner, Sam. You can't.
I'm being told I'm not allowed to, but I'm going to tell you that we have won multiple awards. The one we can talk about is the Master Distillers Award, and it is, you know, it's a very prestigious award. Only the top master distillers enter their products. It's up against all of them, and we won that award. But there's some other ones that we're going to announce very soon. So I can't wait to tell you about that.
I see the unicorn and the brand again on the top, which is very nice. I wonder if people know. I don't know if people in America know about the unicorn and Scotland. Well, tell them about that. It's an interesting thing.
It is. It's obviously, well, firstly, it's a very unique animal, right? And I think, you know, we are setting out to look for unique brands, unique spirits around the world. And this obviously fell into that. And our whiskey is, you know, very unique. But yeah, the unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. Who'd have thought it? You thought it'd be a haggis or something. But interestingly, it's the only animal that can kill a lion, apparently. And the lion is the national emblem of England. And therefore, if you look on coats of arms in the UK, you always have a a lion and a unicorn representing the different nations there. And if you look closely, you sometimes see on the unicorn it has chains on it, but they're broken. And it's about the shackles of this, I'm guessing the Scottish nation under the shackles of maybe the English. I don't know. Sounds good to me, and tastes pretty good too.
I'm 18% Scottish according to Ancestry.com, so I'm there.
Oh wow, you're probably more Scottish than I am. So here we go. Cheers to you, and thank you for all your support, and thank you to everyone that's watching and everyone that's interested in the tequila. Honestly. It's
terrific.
It smells amazing. On the nose, sweet agave. Oh, I'm going. Cheers.
Oh wow, that's fantastic. That's my first time trying it. I had to wait for this, unfortunately, just like everybody else did. So I'm happy to.
Oh, this is your first time?
It is indeed, yeah.
Well, cheers. I mean, it tastes, it's got the agave taste there. You can see the legs coming down there. It is slightly stronger, actually. We wanted to bottle it just slightly stronger. I found like if it was around 40%, it was sweeter, and it does get to that if you put water in there, if you put ice. But
yeah, I'm going to do that
just naturally slightly stronger.
Yeah, I like to add a little water. I'm going to do that as well.
Yeah,
it opens it up a little bit more. But the agave comes through. You absolutely get the, a little bit of that vanilla and toasted oak kind of thing.
Toasted oak, vanilla, butterscotch, and the finish is so good. It's just.
But that French barrel, you're right. That it's not like it's. That smoothness that the French oak imparts, and those notes that are in, Chardonnay and white Burgundies, especially from Montrachet, that's in there. That's nice.
I love that you say that. Yeah, it just has, I guess, none of those characteristics that people maybe expect of, tequila. It's light, it's elegant, it's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. Not like, the ones that they are putting in sweetener into them or sugar or whatever.
It's not. It's got the agave, the natural sweetness. And there's almost like I almost get like a little some tequilas that I like have actually a little more nuttiness, like a nut forward. But there's a little bit of nuttiness in here too. I'm not good enough to pinpoint it.
I'm as well, but it is. I think you said it earlier. That sort of toasty oak maybe is what I like about it. But it's so smooth. And it keeps reminding me of that cooked agave, and we saw it when we were in Mexico. Going and see the ovens there, and when the agave comes out of the oven, and you can pull apart the agave and sort of suck on it, and you get the sugars, and those sugars, then rolled are basically what then goes into fermentation and making this incredible tequila.
You're right, and you mentioned that it's pot distilled. It's probably double pot distilled, and that's another reason. Like for people who aren't intimately familiar with tequila or spirits in general, there are different aspects of making products that some are costlier and some are not. Harvesting agave that gets roasted and then fermented, and the way that many tequilas are made is they're made in pot stills. So that's just a more laborious, time-consuming, lower volume process than making things in column stills. It yields a deeper, more flavorful product than larger column still distillation, right?
Exactly, and even in the milling of the agave, we could have gone for a brand or made something that was easier to produce and cheaper, and but we really wanted to invest in something that was really, really unique, really elegant. So yeah, this is it's hard to make, but Tony is to you, Tony. Salute to you. It's incredible stuff, and we loved when we were there. He was sharing stories about his father and his father's father. When they first started distilling there, and you just get all of that history and heritage in each bottle. I think
it's a family business, right? Three generations of family. Yeah, a lot of them are, and as mentioned, the ElTequileño, that's the only brand that. So this is a collaboration, which is probably why they let you do it, right? Because they have never made a tequila product that's been bottled under another brand, and that's unusual.
Yeah.
Most of them are making for more, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, you know, it's just a little bit, you know, to me, it's interesting. They've probably had a lot of opportunities to perhaps make a lot more money and grow in that way. And they are very passionate about what they're doing.
I think you're right. You know, I learn about, you know, and you mentioned the DOM number, and if you look, you know, you find out, you know, these other distillers or distilleries, they are making, you know, 10, 20 more different brands. And a lot of the other, dare I say, celebrity brands are being made by, you know, a distiller who's making multiple products. And as you said, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think we are very lucky in that, you know, ElTequileño have never done it for anyone else.
So I just had a little bit of it in a snifter, and I added a couple of drops of water, and then, you know, you get, there's a lot more going on when you do that. And it is a lot sweeter, I think. People at home don't know, when, you know, especially a high ABV product, when you drink it neat, you can taste a lot of it, but the alcohol does actually numb your tongue a little bit. So that's one of the reasons why you add a little bit of water to it, is it actually isn't so much about diluting the product as it is about, you know, letting your tongue actually do what it does.
Yeah, I noticed that when I first tried this with ice or, you know, a little water, it really opens up. It is very sweet. We just didn't want to bottle it at a lower percentage because I think people might add ice to it or water, and it is robust. There's a lot going on in here, and when it opens up, you know, it reveals a lot more. But it's worth saying, actually, you know, this is it. This is all we're making, and it's those pipons, the big barrels, they've been broken down, so we will never be able to make this again. So it really is a one-off and very, very exclusive. So I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, you should be. It's delicious, and your passion comes through, you know, and it always does. And talking with you now, it really does. It's very obvious how much you care about making a great product, and you've done just that.
I think that's absolutely you know, you guys sell a lot of amazing products, and I think we're really glad to be on your platform and alongside some other great brands. But, you know, I could never stand beside something if I didn't totally believe in it and think it was really quality. And I think hopefully when people try this, if they've never tried tequila or they have a favorite tequila, try this one. It will surprise you.
Yeah, please do. And it's available on reservebar.com right now. You can order it. We started shipping it in some states. So, you know, if you see, I know you have a lot of social media followers, and sometimes people are posting like, hey, I got my bottle, and everybody else is like, I didn't get mine, what's going on? But it is a somewhat archaic, all the way back to, you know, post-prohibition, the way that products get distributed in the United States. It takes time for it to get everywhere so we can get it to you. But if you've ordered it, I promise we're working on getting it to you. And if you order it now, we will get to you. And as Sam said, you know, there's a very, how many bottles of this did you make, Sam? Do you know?
I mean, I think there's about 55,000. After I've drank a few, there's probably a lot less, but we are, you know, as I said, it is limited, but, and you guys have worked so hard to get it to different states, and we are constantly adding more states. So if you don't find it now, please keep checking in. You'll find that we're adding more. And actually, I'm going to upset everyone here, but very, very soon, our neighbors in the north, Canada, are also going to get their hands on it. So I'm going to get a lot of flack for saying that. But you guys,
why would you? They deserve good tequila too. Why not?
They do.
Yeah. And the other thing is that, you know, tequila you can hoard. So there's nothing wrong with you knowing that this is going to be delicious, and you might want to be able to enjoy it multiple times into the future, but you're not going to be able to buy it a year or two from now. So by all means, feel free to get a couple of bottles and you know, drink some now and save some for later.
It goes very well next to some whiskey. But no, exactly. You know, we set out, you know, we're looking for to make or to celebrate great spirits around the world, and you know, this one just it just felt right. The right collaboration, the right relationship and friendship, I should say, with the guys there. So, you know, it is a great start to our journey, and you know, we're hoping to do a lot more different spirits as well. So
yeah. So can you talk at all about what might be next? Can you tease everybody with what you may be up to and concocting as your next thing?
I'm just currently now distilling my own spirit in the back of the hotel room, but
No,
I mean,
making some bathtub gin.
that's right. Yeah. Well, you never know. You never know. But no, I mean, for now, you know, we love our whiskey brand, and we're certainly investing in that, and we want everyone to be able to try that. So it's, as you said, working in America as well is very difficult, and obviously the rest of the world as well. So we are working on it. But yeah, there are other plans afoot. After maybe another bottle of tequila, I'll tell you.
Terrific. So when you're not drinking it just like, you know, socially and you're just enjoying it, by the way, can you call it a dram when you like, how does the crossover of terminology work? Is it a dram if it's tequila, or is it only if it's scotch?
Do you know what? I think because this is a great Scottish, you know, Mexican collaboration, I think we can call it a dram, you know. And
why not?
One of the best times we had actually was the second time we went out. We were hanging with Tony's family, and everyone was there, and we had this great dinner, and we brought our whiskey, and everyone was drinking like whiskey, everyone was drinking tequila. It was, I mean, there was food as well, don't get me wrong, but it was just such a nice mix of the two different cultures. So I guess, you know, let's raise a dram of ElTequileño, Sassenach Select.
Wonderful. What do you like to, so for people who are interested in maybe doing pairing, it's always nice to enjoy fine spirits with some food. Do you have any favorite foods that you enjoy with the ElTequileño?
Do you know what? I haven't really explored that. We had some incredible food in Mexico, and obviously, you know, from street food to in the top restaurants, and it's such a vibrant culture. You know, I think I want to explore more. You know, there's spice in here. I think it would be really interesting to sit down and have a food pairing. So maybe when we do that in person, we'll sit down.
Yeah, that would be great. We could maybe we'll do a flight. We can have some of the Sassenach scotch, and we can have some of the tequila, and, you know, of course, have it with food and have it responsibly.
Of course. I like you a lot more, Derek. I think we'll get along very well, but indeed, yeah, I think that would be really fun. You know, I think it'd be cool to see, and I think they sit alongside each other really well too. You know, there's somehow a genealogy between the two spirits. I think there's something of me in them, I think.
Wonderful. Well, it's awesome. Totally appreciate you availing yourself. We have a lot of people who've tuned in. Hopefully they've enjoyed hearing you talk about it and the backstory, learning a little bit about it. You know, that's the nice thing about brands and spirits in particular. There's a nice fusion oftentimes when a product is really good. It's usually because there's a great origination story that's born from passion, and there's a great ingredient and you know, creation story. Like you can't get one right and not the other. It's like one hand clapping, right? You've got to deliver on the brand and the why, and you've got to deliver on the juice. And you're 2 for 2, Sam. So that's a good.
Thank God you said that. But no, we really appreciate you guys' support. And honestly, it is an honor to be sitting alongside your other great brands, and we love you that you guys are on this journey with us. So here's to more unique spirits down the road, and really appreciate Derek. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you, Sam, and thank you everybody for tuning in.
Yes,
and for your support.
Blanja and salud, as we say in Scotland.
Until next time.
Yes, buddy. Take care.